Hello everyone, I am back with another video. So in this video we are going to start from the history part, chapter number 6, which is the Gupta period. Okay, so now let's get started without wasting any more time. As you know that the Gupta period is the chapter 6, page number 58. So according to the scope, this first thing which is coming is the sources. So number 1, accounts of Fa-Hein, the first source. So before reading it in the paragraph, I have wrote it in the points, as you can see, so it will be more easier to understand. So now number first point here, see, accounts of Fa-Hein. Fa-Hein was the earliest Chinese pilgrim who came to India. That means Fa-Hein was the earliest, okay, Chinese pilgrim. Chinese means he came from China, and pilgrim means a person who travel a very long way to visit a place, to visit a religious place. Okay, so Fa-Hein came to India to visit the religious places that were present or located in India at that time. So Fa-Hein was the earliest Chinese pilgrim who came to India. He came on a religious mission. Okay, he came on a religious mission. After that, he came during the reign of Chandragupta II. That means he came during the time of Chandragupta II, and he visited, or you can say he went on a religious tour. He went, or you can say he went on a religious pilgrimage. Okay, pilgrimage also means tour, religious tour, to Mathura, to Kannauj, Kapilavastu, Kushinagar, Vaishali, Patliputra, Kashi and Rajgriha. So all these points you will follow from the book as I read. So now let's quickly revise that. He was the earliest Chinese pilgrim who came to India. He came during the reign or the time of Chandragupta II, and he came on which mission? A religious mission, and he visited this place. Now, as he visited this much of places, he observed many things from there. So his observations are written in the points in the book. So I will read from there. Number 1. Magadha was a prosperous country, that means happy country, with large towns and teeming with wealthy population, that means huge population. Number 2, Patliputra was a flourishing city with numerous charitable institutions and a hospital endowed by benevolent citizens, that means the citizens who were very kind, helpful and friendly. Excuse me. After that, although people were very wealthy at that time, they led simple lives, generally observing the Buddhist code of conduct. Okay, so they were very rich at that time, but they followed or they led very simple life. Okay, following the Buddhist code of conduct, as their religion was Buddhism. Now there were 4 main religions at that time. They were Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Buddhism and Jainism. Okay, so this can be asked that they name the four main religions in the examination that were at that time. So Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Buddhism and Jainism, they were the main religions. After that, people however had no ill that means bad will means wish, so ill will towards other sections. After that, Hindu god and goddesses were depicted on coins, that means their pictures were made on the coins and also in the sculptures and paintings. So that means their pictures were made on the coins, sculptures and paintings. Okay, and after that the penal code was mild and the offense were ordinarily punished by fines only. So this was the account of Fa-Hein. So this is the point and the places he visited according to that observations in the point it was given in the book. So that's why I did not write here. So I read from the book. Now we come to the second source, which is the Allahabad pillar inscriptions or the Pragya Prasasti. Okay. See. After that in the book it is also written in paragraph. I have wrote it in the points. Okay. So number first point is the one of the important epigraphic evidences of the Guptas. Okay. What do you mean by epigraphy? I am not telling epigraphic. Okay, I am telling the meaning of epigraphy. So the study of written matter. Okay, study of the written matter, the matter which is already in the written state. Okay. So written matter on hard material. Okay. So study of written matter on hard material. So it is one of the most epigraphic. Now you know the meaning of epigraphy. So it was the most important epigraphic evidences of the Guptas. Okay, number first point. Number second, composed by Harisena. Okay, so Allahabad pillar inscription is composed by whom? By Harisena. Now who was Harisena? He was the court poet of Chandragupta. After that, Allahabad pillar inscription, just a second. So Allahabad pillar inscription is also known as the Prayagya Prasasti. Okay. After that, it is written in the praise of Chandragupta. So the Allahabad pillar inscription is written in the praise of Chandragupta. Okay. So these were the main point. Okay, the base points of that. And after that, okay, so these are the two sources. These were the two sources. From again, we will revise that the one of the most epigraphic evidences of the Guptas were the Allahabad pillar inscription. It was composed by Harisena, who was the court poet of Chandragupta. It is written in the praise of Chandragupta and also known as Pragya Prasasti. Got it? Now, after that, we come to the page number 63 from the education part. Okay. So the golden age of the Indian culture, you can see above education, it is not so important. So education, it is also some kind of ideas. The main thing that will start is from the Nalanda University. See, during the Gupta age, education was the utmost importance. That means it was given the most or the greatest importance, education, during the Gupta period. This is evident from the intellectual output in the various fields like the literature, science, mathematics, astronomy, astrology and medicine. There were many centers of learning in the cities like Patliputra, Vallabhi, Ujjain, Ayodhya and Nasik. According to the inscriptions, the teachers were learned Brahmins who were known as Acharyas and Upadhyayas, and sometimes they were also given the title of Bhattas. Okay. These teachers were supported by the grant of villages. Now, what is the meaning of grant of villages? Grant of villages means, see, what is the meaning of grant? Grant means it is an amount, or it is an amount of money given to an organization or to an individual, okay, for a particular purpose. For example, education. So, these teachers were supported by the grant of villages called the Agraharas, given by the Gupta rulers, and the charities given by the generous public of that village. After that, the disciple called the Sishyas had to learn 14 sections of science comprising the 4 Vedas, 6 Vedanganas and Puranas, the Mimamsa, Nyaya and Dharma, beside Vyakarana and the Satashastri, Satashastri Samhita or the Mahabharata. After that, in the Gupta period, the Jain and the Buddhist system of education assumed a different dimension. So, in the Gupta period, the Jain and the Buddhist system of education assumed a different dimension. Buddhist monasteries admitted students for 10 years. How much year? For 10 years. Okay. After that, learning began with the oral method. First, it began with the oral method. Later, they shifted to the reading of the literary text. The monasteries had libraries. Okay, important manuscripts, that means book written by hand, manuscripts, were copied and stored in the library. Students from the other countries like China and Southeast Asia came to Buddhist monasteries for education. The monasteries were normally maintained by grant from kings and the rich mercantile class, that means the trader class. After that, they attracted scholars from far and near. Fa-Hein also spent, that means Fa-Hein came from very far, he came from China. So, far and near, Fa-Hein also spent several years in the monastery of the Buddhist at Patliputra studying the Buddhist religious book. Higher education was given equal importance during the Gupta age, as is evident from a number of universities which existed during this period. That means higher level of education was also given equal importance. As what is the evidence? The evidence is the existing of the universities. For example, the Nalanda University. The two popular universities were the Takshila and the Nalanda. The Takshila University was one of the first few centers in the world which offered higher education. This university was, however, established before the Gupta Empire came into existence. Okay. So now we come to the Nalanda University. See, some points I also wrote from the Nalanda University, the most important points. Nalanda University, the number first point is the Nalanda University was one of the most famous educational institution of ancient India. Okay, you can follow from the book. It was most renowned. Renowned means famous. Okay, educational institution of ancient India. Where it was located? It was located at Nalanda in Rajgriha in Bihar. Okay. After that, number third, University of Nalanda had imposing buildings. That means impressive buildings. Okay. So a lot of information about the Nalanda University is given in the inscriptions and in the accounts of Yun San, a Chinese Buddhist scholar who visited India during the reign of Harshvardhana. After that, there were at least 8 colleges built by different patrons, including one by Balaputra Deva, king of Sumatra. Okay. According to Yun Sang, the whole university area was enclosed by a brick wall. Okay, the whole university area was enclosed by the brick wall. Now after that, the Nalanda University gave various facilities or provided various facilities to the students for studying. For example, there were 3 great libraries. Their name are the Ratna Sagar, Ratnodhadi and Ratna Ranjak. Okay. After that, there were more than 10,000 students and teachers, and the students who were there, they came from Korea, Mongolia, Japan, China, Tibet, Ceylon. Okay. 4 Vedas were the subject. Beside that, grammar, medicine, yoga, etc. were also studied there. After that, Nalanda University was a postgraduate institution. That means the education that was there was of a very high level. So that means postgraduate institution. Before admission, an exam was held. Before examination, an exam was held in which hardly 20 students, 20%, you can follow from the book. It's all this written in the book. So before admission, an examination was held in which hardly 20% student passed. Just 20% out of 100%, and the 80% students were rejected. Only the brilliant students were admitted. Okay, it was, and at the last it was destroyed by Muhammad bin Bakhtiar Khilji, general of the Muhammad Ghori. So this was about the Nalanda University. Now see, at the last it is written that Nalanda continued to be a beacon of light up to the 12th century AD, when it was destroyed by Muhammad bin Bakhtiar Khilji, a general of Muhammad Ghori. Today, only the remains of its magnificence and glory can be seen. So, till there we will do in the first video. We will complete this chapter in the 2 parts. Okay, so in the first part, we read till we started from sources. In the sources, there are the accounts of Fa-Hein. If you can pause the video and you can copy this all. The accounts of Fa-Hein, the Allahabad pillar inscriptions, and about the education, the Nalanda University. Okay, about the Nalanda University. So in the next video, we will start from science, culture, Vishnu temple, literature, and many more other. Okay, so we will complete this video in the 2 parts. So if I hope that what I explained you understood. So till then, stay tuned for the next video, which will be the second part. Okay, thank you for watching. Keep supporting. Bye.